What's up, y'all? It's your boy Zach back at you with another reaction video. And today we're going to check out WWE Best Moves of 2020, March. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. Kung, shout out for those of you that watch Wrestlemania. Kind of awkward with no fans being there, but I ain't gonna lie. I'll save that for the end. Shout out to Drew McIntyre. Oh, mm. You do got hops. Yeah, they won the tag titles that night. Yep. Oh, damn. AJ Styles Undertaker was again. I'm gonna save it for later. Oh damn! Rey Mysterio is still doing it. 45, what? 45, 40. This a little long, a little long. The match was a little long. I ain't gonna lie. She took a hell of a bump too. Ooh, Dakota Kai. Ouch. Mm. Oh, nice. That hurt. Angle slam, nice. That Roderick Strong. Mm. Mm. That's a lot. Nice. Good for happy for Otis. Finally. Ooh. Just looking at him. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Ooh. Mm. Mm. That's nice. Ooh. Oh, that was nice. Oh, it's a big man. I didn't see that. I don't remember that. Did I even see that match? I don't even think I saw this match. God damn. I know the result, but I didn't see that. Oof. Mm. AJ Styles, maybe the best performer. Enjoyed he and the Undertaker match so much. Damn. Ooh. Oh, he kicked the fuck out of him. Mm. I remember that. And then he poured the popcorn all over him. Damn. Good for Braun Strowman. I ain't gonna lie. Didn't exactly thrill me, but good for him. Damn. Oh, oh man. I was not happy with the decision. I understood the decision, but I wasn't happy. She killed the damn near entire women's division just to lose. Wow. Oh damn. It's a lot of weight, man. Oh, I remember. Mm, mm. A little over the top, but oh my goodness. Keith Lee, man. Ooh, what a hoss. Mm. Koshida. Oh, damn. I remember this. This was real right there. Yo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This was the last one of the last times they had fans in the stands. Yeah, look at this. The only kind of painful to watch. I ain't gonna lie, with no fans in the stands and whatnot. But one of the most entertaining things is that you could actually hear what the wrestlers are saying and doing. That's really it. You could hear what they're saying. You could hear all the groans and stuff that no calling spots. If John Cena was still wrestling, you would hear him calling spots like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, but it's kind of disappointing. But at the same time, it kind of sparked something. The promos have been outstanding because they're not talking to the fans; they're talking to us in the camera. And the language, Vince has loosened up the language a bit. Ooh, they should really cancel. I don't know what they're gonna do. Even Steve couldn't save it. In the UK, it's not bad over there. That looks like it hurts every time he does it. Look at the oh damn. Why try? Yeah, you can hear them what they're saying. Ouch. Oh, 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 damn. Ouch. This right here, he just landed. Dude landed right there. He was supposed to catch him. Oh man, you heard the huge thud. I think what last night at WrestleMania they went for the same thing, and his partner ended up catching him. Didn't trust this guy to catch him. Dude just let him fall like that. Let's hear that again. Hear that thud. This dude, bruh, bruh. All right, y'all. That's gonna do it. Oh, WrestleMania. This year's WrestleMania was. I'm sure a lot of people had low expectations. I kind of did too, but I ain't gonna lie. I actually enjoyed this year's WrestleMania. Couple matches, a few matches actually that I was actually intrigued by. First night of WrestleMania Saturday. First match was the Kevin Owens Seth Rollins match. I enjoyed that. You heard all the stuff. Kevin Owens called him a little bitch. Don't tempt me, Kevin. God doesn't like to be tempted, Kevin. And then he did the. I thought Kevin. He originally got One because of DQ, because Seth hit him with the ring bell, right? And then he came back. It was a no disqualification match. Went to the top of the WrestleMania stand and just came off of it like a G. And you heard all the groaning and everything. That's another thing. You don't hear all the pain that some of these guys are in, right? And Kevin Owens won. He actually won, which was the right call, right? Now I like that match a lot. If there were fans, it would have been much better, right? Another match I was intrigued by, but I wouldn't say didn't care for, but it turned out to be really good. Was a tag title match with John Morrison versus one of the Usos versus Kofi Kingston. Uh, I enjoyed it. Especially the finish. It was a nice. I think the right team went over Miz and Morrison, and also it was a great showing for John Morrison as his first. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? His first breakout performance since he came back to the company. So that was good, and I like the finish. Both one of the and Kofi headbutted him. Old Morrison had the titles, hit him. He took a bump that looked like it sucked off the ladder. Morrison got the titles. It was kind of a screwy finish, but I like that. It's not over. That's one thing coming out of that match that I recognize. It wasn't this feud isn't over. So I like that. It was a great performance for John, breakout performance. So good. It was. I like that match. What else happened the first night? Mm, the Universal Championship match. Good Lord. Whew. It was a Goldberg match. Goldberg was 50 something years old. You know, Braun Strowman, they didn't even advertise or tell us why Roman Reigns, you know, was out of the match. Well, we knew why, but, they didn't even advertise it. He was still in all the publicity stuff, advertising and so whatnot. Braun didn't even have a match going into this before Roman pulled out. You understand what I'm saying? So, and this past Friday, they didn't say anything. Well, that's not true. They said something, said Braun Strowman will be replacing Roman Reigns in this Saturday's championship match. And that's it. No reasoning, no nothing. They just, you know, they just said that and they just went on to the next thing. It was just lazy on their part. So, well, they came in with their finishers all set. You know those WWE games when you had to hit guys and hit up all those control and do all those moves? They came in ready. Goldberg hit Braun with a spear right off the bat. 3 spears, if I'm not mistaken. Right? And then he went for the cover. And then Braun kicked out. And he went for a big one. Put some stank on this one. And then he was still kicked out, Braun. Then he was going for the jackhammer, which come on now. You couldn't get the Fiend up in Saudi Arabia. And you damn sure ain't going to get no Braun Strowman up. And right on cue, Braun Strowman went for a power slam. 3 power slams. Kicked out Bill Goldberg. Then he went for the big power slam with the running power slam. And he got it. He won the championship. So, after, Braun Strowman at one point in 2017 was over as hell. They should have put the title on him when he and Brock first went locked up, quite frankly. But they didn't. They kept beating him and beating him and beating him and beating him. And over the time, people just didn't give a damn. They just eater. He was eater of pins. Good Bray Wyatt's old nickname. Well, after all the lose, they could have built him up. He was a freaking monster. And over and over and over, he just lost. So again, happy for him. I really am. But yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So next match, the main event. It rightfully so, the main event. Undertaker versus AJ Styles. I enjoyed the hell out of this match. I enjoyed it. It lived up, surpassed my expectations. AJ Styles came in with the hearse, the two druids. He opened the coffin, they opened the casket, and there he was, cocky as hell. And then the Undertaker was coming out. We heard the bike. Got off with Metallica playing in the background. So, yeah, that was cool. I ain't gonna lie, that was cool. And then, right, what happened? He came off the bike. He had his back, had jean pants on, right? Showed the legs, showed all the boots and everything. Had the bandana on and everything. Said the Undertaker and AJ Styles coming up saying, "Oh, there he is. There he is. Did I know? Does Michelle? He had a cool line. He said, "Does Michelle know that you're out here this late?" Which I died laughing. AJ Styles was great, and then there was no commentary, no dialogue, nothing from anybody. It was just those two guys, which was absolutely perfect. You know what I'm saying? Then he went for a break. You heard all the trash. Taker was talking mad shit too. And then he went and then he broke the hearse door glass. He said, "Oh, you son of a bitch." He said, "Look what you did. You made me cut." And then he laying out AJ Styles. AJ Styles got the upper hand, talking mad shit too. Went through what was it? Some of the part of the barnyard house. Then Taker was getting back in it. Then Gallows and Anderson came. It was like a movie. You feel me? It was like a movie. Then there was some druids. Carl Anderson and Gallows were there. Then they were coming up and beating them. Taker was taking him down with one punch, few blows, right? And then AJ Styles came up behind him with I think it was a tombstone, a carbon of a tombstone. Hit him right behind the head, right? Taker was breathing mighty hard during this fight, talking all that shit. AJ was talking all that shit. Put him in the hole, right? He was going up there to a detractor to bury him once and for all. And then the light came off from behind the tractor trailer, and you saw Taker there. AJ Styles, that's going to be a meme, by the way. And then AJ Styles turned around, and then he punched AJ in the face. Or not, AJ was retreating and looking around. Taker was like, "Where you going, AJ? Where you going?" He went up to the top of the barn. And where you going? And then he put his hands up, and then the fire came up. Then I think Gallows and Anderson was coming up. He threw Luke Gallows off. Tombstone Carl Anderson. And then he said, "I beat you. How did you do that? I beat you," AJ was saying. And then Taker, he was hitting AJ, hitting Taker. Taker was no selling. He hit him again. Again, no selling. Then he took him by the throat. Then AJ was begging off, and he said, "No, don't do it." No, And then he just threw him off on a pallet, looked like a pallet or something, right? And Taker made his way down. Then he was still talking shit. This is the Undertaker. If they did this boneyard match and stuff like this for what the next few years, Taker could wrestle for a few more years. I enjoyed the hell out of this match, quite frankly. Okay, where was I? And then he said, "AJ, stay with me, boy. What's my wife's name?" Oh man, it was great. It was great. We ain't done yet. Then he picked up AJ on his shoulders, put him in front of the hole. Don't bury me. Don't bury me. AJ says, oh, come on now, AJ. Go out like a man. Oh, just don't bury me. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He said, oh, he was begging off. And then Taker was like, am I an old man? It's going to hurt my legacy? Man, I enjoyed the hell out of this. I love seeing the Undertaker out of the comfort zone. And he said something about the whole unholy trinity or something like that in the promo or something. I guess this is the Undertaker, American Badass, Ministry of Dark. I don't know what unholy trinity, but it felt like all of those guys rolled into one, right? So he said, "Go out like a man." He said, "I ain't go. You fought your ass off, son. Oh, you fought your ass off." Don't worry. He said, "Don't worry." Right. And then he turned. He gave him a hug. He turned around. Then he booted him right in the hole. Right. Looking down, AJ was like. And then he went up to the thing, to the tractor, buried him. All you saw was AJ's glove, right on the thing, right. And then, he got on his bike, put his fist up. Then the entire damn thing was lit up on fire and whatnot, right? So then that was the end of the match. I enjoyed the hell out of that match. That match surpassed my expectations, right? So I enjoyed it. Night one went off without a hitch. A thumbs up, in my opinion. Night two yesterday, mixed feelings. First off, they had Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair NXT Championship, Women's Championship match. The match, Rhea Ripley came out looking like Vegeta, which I thought was cool as fuck. Rhea Ripley is awesome. Came out looking like Vegeta, right? And Charlotte came out standard Charlotte. Had a great match. They were trash talking each other, right? Charlotte worked on the left leg of Rhea Ripley the entire match. And she went for the figure eight. I get it. I kind of get it, right? But she gonna move Charlotte to AE to NXT for ratings. I, she's their best she's their best performer, female performer they got. But you know, Rhea, I love the match. First of all, let me say that I love the match between her and Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. I enjoyed the hell out of that match. I guess the plus is Charlotte's going to NXT. She's going to have a huge boat of women to challenge us to fight with. I guess that's a plus. I don't think Charlotte's going to help in the ratings at all with AEW, quite frankly. Rhea Ripley didn't feel any less or inferior to Charlotte during this entire match. Quite frankly, I actually enjoyed the match. A great opener for the rest of the card to follow. But I thought they should have given it to Rhea. Oh, going back to the first night, Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. I I get it. Again, I understand. I understand. Uh, she's Becky's held it for a year. She's the highest paid. I saw that she's the highest paid female talent in the company, making around $3 million a year or something like that. Net worth wise. I thought Shayna Baszler should have won though. I ain't gonna lie. They killed the entire women's division just for her to lose. Well, she lost in the Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin way. the Roddy Piper Bret Hart way from WrestleMania. She had a sleeper hold, and Becky fell back, and she held on. Shayna didn't let go of the hold, and they counted her for the pound. So I understand why. It's not over. It better not be over. Now Becky held on to the title for an entire year. Congrats to Becky. It just she's not as over as she used to be. To be honest, that popularity someone has died down, but still, she's the most over female talent they have. Charlotte's the better wrestler, in my opinion. But yeah, it's here or there. Next, match two from yesterday. Otis, my man Otis, giving all the big niggas some love, some hope out here. He and versus Dolph Ziggler. Sonya Deville was on the outside. Um, this past Friday, it was revealed that it was Sonya that messed up their Valentine's Day date. It was a travesty that deserved the death penalty, in my opinion. So Dolph and Otis were coming out, going out working. Sonya distracted. Otis was going for the caterpillar. Sonya distracted. Dolph kicked Otis square in the balls. Right. Then Mandy came out, slapped Sonya, went at her, went in the ring, gave Dolph the low blow. Otis went for the caterpillar, and Otis went over. After the match, Mandy and Otis came into the ring, and I wish the fans were here for this. And they shared the biggest kiss. Oh, it was amazing, outstanding. Happy for Otis. Happy for Otis. A great big smooch for Otis. After all his troubles, finally got the girl of his dreams. Happy for Otis. Happy for all the shout out to Otis and all the big niggas out there. What's next? Uh, mm, Something that interests me. Aleister Black, Lashley. Yeah, who knew who was gonna go over? The Street Profits and Angel versus Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Right team went over. But I was surprised that Bianca Belair came out. Does that mean she's going to be on the main roster? God, I hope not. I would love to. I thought I was if one of them had to take the title away from Charlotte now, I would say it would be Bianca Belair, right? I hope she doesn't just get lost in the shuffle up on the main roster. Bianca Belair should stay in NXT because she's big time in my opinion. She's going to be a star. Bianca Belair. She already is. She's going to be a big time major star. And, maybe down the line, maybe after, maybe cause some dissension in the team between D'Angelo Dawkins and, I forget, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. And maybe she and Montez could be a baby face. I'm not a baby face, but a heel team that she could manage somewhat. She could be there for him. He could be there for her. You understand? Montez Ford has a lot of personality. I like this dude's personality. This dude came out. He has a lot of swag, as they call it. As he called it. I enjoy him a lot. I enjoy him a lot. What else? The women's 5 fatal elimination match. You see the seeds were planted. The seeds were planted, y'all. You see it between Becky and Bailey and Sasha. You could see it. Yeah, during the interview and backstage interview and during the match. They eliminated everybody. It was just Lacey Evans. What Bailey went for a knee and it hit um, Sasha. Sasha came back. She said, "What the hell was that?" She said it was an accident. And then she pushed Sasha out the way did Bailey. She's going for the woman's right. She reversed it and knocked Sasha right out. Right. And Sasha was eliminated. I thought Sasha was going to go over. I ain't going to lie. She should have went over, in my opinion. But yeah, she didn't help. Bailey didn't help Sasha, did she? She didn't help Sasha. So keep that in mind. Bailey and Lacey went at it for about a few minutes. A great showing from Lacey. But then Sasha came back into the ring and she gave Lacey the backstab. Right. And Bailey took advantage and she retained. I would have thought that she would have lost the championship. She retained the championship. Did Bailey. And Sasha put the belt around her. You could see in Sasha's eyes that the wheels were turning. You could just tell that down the line, who maybe had money in the bank. Sasha could win the champ, maybe could win the briefcase. You understand? So keep that in mind. Right. What else happened? The Firefly Funhouse match may have been the greatest thing I've ever seen. A giant mind. That's what it was. The Firefly's Funhouse match was. It was a giant mind fuck. John Cena's came out to his regular music. Then Bray was on Titantron. Then it showed all these clips of Vince and all the welcome to WrestleMania back in those days, right? Uh, then it was like John was teleported to the Funhouse. It just, I don't even know where to begin with this. It was so crazy. First off, went through a door and it's like ruthless aggression. Like he reenacted so many moments over the years. The whole ruthless aggression thing with Kurt Angle, right? Bray was reenacting it. John Cena came out in his matching trunks and boots and whatnot. Ruthless aggression, and then Bray did you could look, but you can't touch. It was funny, really, really funny. And then what else happened? He did the Doctor Thugonomics, I believe, and he could only talk in raps. What did John said? You're like a slut for opportunity, and you're just blowing every chance, or something like that. That shit was hilarious. That was funny. Remember John Brother, you're not a good person, John, and all that stuff, and all that bitching he doing. I forget what else he did. And then, oh yeah, the NWO. I was like, talk about things you thought you'd never see. And then the Vince McMahon doll, they were on commentary. He's like, this is such good shit. I couldn't believe. I popped when I heard that. I popped. I came out. He was like, Bray was Eric Bischoff. And it was funny. Then John attacked him. Then he was giving him blows, right? And then he was, oh, get off him, all the creatures. But then he was beating up not Bray Wyatt, but he was beating up Huskus, the older Bray Wyatt, incarnation of Bray Wyatt. And then he was here. The Fiend was here. Bray, he got in the mandible claw. Oh, he got him in the Sister Abigail position. most overhyped, most disappointed, overachieving son of a bitch. Like all the things John was saying, that he just then he pinned him. I don't even think he pinned him. He hit the Sister Abigail, then John disappeared. John disappeared. I guess he wanted. Oh wait, what else did he go? He did the weightlifting stuff. Did Bray? I mean, did John? He said it was funny. It was funny. It was goofy. And it was kind of stupid, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I was just sitting there, and my eyes just couldn't look away. I don't know why. I enjoyed it. Some people didn't, but I enjoyed it. And then the last match was Drew versus Brock, Universal Championship. The right guy went over. Happy for Drew. You could see him getting a little emotional. I just wish that the fans were there. It would have made it much, much meaningful. Brock did an F5 and Drew kicked out at one. At one. I was impressed by that. It was a standard Brock Lesnar match. German suplexes, knees, F5s. I enjoyed it. The right guy went over. Claymore kick. How many Claymore kicks did Drew give Brock? There were 4 or 5. I enjoyed it, but fans are essential. All these athletes all across sports, they have something always. Some fans have always something negative to say, complaining and whatnot. They're fans. The fans are essential to sports. Wrestling is a sport, a fictional one, but it's still a sport. You need to know what you're doing out there so that you won't hurt yourself and the next person. And you could see the fans were sorely missed. Everybody's happy for Drew. I'm happy for Drew. Happy for Drew. He was the chosen one. Can't live off potential forever. Had to do something. Had to get it done, as he said in his documentary on WWE Network. Happy for Drew. I give this WrestleMania a B plus. If I'm going to give it a B plus, I had low expectations, but they exceeded my expectations. Really enjoyed it. All right, y'all. What did you think of this WrestleMania? If you enjoyed my reaction, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you like, how you enjoyed WrestleMania, and I will see y'all later. Peace.